Alright, but look though, I got like a psychological question, okay? Say if we the last 2 people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No.
Who gonna stop me?
Jarvis, give me an ETA on the Hydra base.
Sir, we are approximately 10 minutes away from the base. I could always order some baby oil.
Jesus Christ, Stark.
Save that one for later.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, for being one of the top 3 smartest heroes there is, Iron Man is really dumb as shit. Like, before I even go into how this man was single-handedly responsible for creating one of the biggest crashes in the MCU, I just want to touch on the fact that when bro touched down with the Iron Legion, he had these niggas speaking in English. In Russia. Niggas had to pull out Rosetta Stone just to stay alive and shit. I'm not gonna lie, that's tough. And back on the field, things are looking just as bad for everyone in Hydra, because the 2015 Avengers pull up with this cold-ass entrance. You got Hawkeye and Black Widow pulling up in their Cybertruck, absolutely packing up niggas left and right. Thor over here swinging his hammer around just so he could do an average Duke Dennis jump, and then bro proceeds to land on this platform, and if I'm being honest, I feel bad for each and every single one of these niggas. You give me Thor in a 1v5 against some bots and I'm choosing that nigga every time, no glaze.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
What? No, you right. I was dick riding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta calm down with that shit.
So to start things off, bro throws Mjolnir and snipes this guy in midair, then he proceeds to land on the tower and hit this dude with the Daniel Caruso head kick, before turning around and hitting bro with the
"Don't get naked then, nigga. Don't get naked. That's how we doing it. That's how we doing it." I told you nobody can see me.
And then he has the audacity to sit there and charge up a mean ass leg kick mid-fight. And if I'm being honest, at this point Thor could have just pulled up alone and he'd still got it. Bro even tried sneaking up behind him and he hit him with the "Gotcha, bitch." Gave this dude an express ticket to CTE and medical bills. All I know is dude's finna be walking around like these for a week. Look, you can say whatever you want about the lame ass Avengers now, bro, but back in 2015 they were still in their prime, bro. Cap was still young enough to be moving around the battlefield and hit moves like these without pulling a muscle. Hulk was still out here with his anger issue smashing shit, and Thor wasn't a big bad. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, those were the days. Bro, all I'm saying is, you know you gotta rethink your whole strategy when your whole squad is getting packed up by Black Widow and Hawkeye with their weak ass loadouts. Like, these dudes really saw Katniss Everdeen and a bad bitch pull up and forgot how to shoot a gun. Look, nigga, is your controller disconnected? And while all that's happening, you got this fraud-ass general back at the Hydra base giving these soldiers false hope and leading them straight into their death.
Hey, big dog, I see you've been working out, getting real buff, eh? What do you think about fighting the Hulk?
Is this nigga serious?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you're screwed, buddy. Nigga like me gonna have to tie his shoe, and by the time you look back, I'm out of there. And y'all can't judge me for that either, cause this fraud-ass general was thinking the exact same thing. The second he heard that Iron Man was about to pull up, bro stopped straight in his tracks and immediately started scheming.
Boss, the Avengers are coming.
Nah, all I'm saying is, you know you got aura when someone saying your name gives niggas lockjaw. Bro heard that shit and immediately got to mouth breathing. So in a last-ditch attempt to stay alive, bro decides to give his troops one last speech right before sending out their secret weapon. And after seeing that the secret weapon their scientist was hyping up the whole time was just a goth bitch in XQC, I can see why bro decided to do what he did.
Repeat after me. These niggas ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit.
Look, these niggas are most definitely that shit.
What did your accent?
I'ma skedaddle at that back door and I suggest you wait about 5. And before bro could even get done talking, Iron Man pulled up looking clean as shit. You would think with this type of drip, bro would be posting up for a flick or something.
English or Spanish? Whoever moves first is gay.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, for someone who's supposed to be a superhero and saving people, Tony isn't really heroing right now. Like, I'm starting to see why they tried to put some restrictions on these niggas in Civil War, cause back then they was moving like they was in a 7. Bro really packed up a whole room of niggas in 5 seconds and then immediately dropped down and upped that shit at this old head. Had this dude hitting the dab mid-frame and everything. And to add on to the disrespect, right after he popped out his suit, he hit this what's up brother ass pose. Bro, I can't even cap. That shit look clean as hell though. Nigga really popped out, made the suit wait for him, then stood there like Caesar. Hey bro, 2 for 2 for the flicks right now. No glaze. And at this point, if you ask me, I would say the Avengers already had this shit in the bag. Like, we not even a quarter of the way through and Iron Man's already posting on their Twitter accounts. But while all that's going on, we switch scenes and we finally get to see what Hydra had cooking up their sleeves this whole time. So this scene starts off with the twins doing the most tactical thing and going after the most useless person in the group, Hawkeye.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
And to be honest, bro kinda deserved it. Like, you're telling me this man really thought this small ass tree was gonna be some good ass cover? But regardless of all that, bro must have been feeling himself because he immediately pops out and ups his bow at a whole ass bunker just for Quicksilver to come speeding by and snatch that shit up. And bro's aura alone must have put this nigga Hawkeye in a stun lock or something, because right after Hawkeye takes a second to regroup himself, then he tries to line up a second shot just for Quicksilver to spin the block and hit him with a mean ass knuckle sandwich. Had this dude hitting the 1,000-yard stare and everything. And to add on to the disrespect, bro really pulled up and hit a drive-by flex on him right after.
You didn't see that coming?
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why everyone thinks Hawkeye is useless. Like, you're telling me this dude's supposed to be Earth's mightiest hero, but gave up after one punch. And then bro even had the audacity to pump fake that shit right after this man left like he didn't have a wide opening shot 5 seconds ago. This man's a fraud, but at least now that Quicksilver's gone, nothing else bad could happen to this dude, right?
Guys, Hawkeye's down again. Alright, now pick him up. What's wrong with this dude, bro? Every single time we go out.
Bro, kick this nigga out the squad. And while Hawkeye's lame ass is getting patched up by Black Widow, the scene switches back to Iron Man back in the Hydra base. And bro must think he's in Mario 64, cause he starts snooping around the Hydra base and finds a secret pathway hidden behind the wall.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this. I found Megatron.
And while he's down there checking everything out, he finds a staff which we later find out contains one of the Infinity Stones. And that's when the Scarlet Witch sneaks up behind Tony and hits his ass with the Genjutsu. She really had this man seeing visions of everybody in the Avengers except for him dead. But she must have forgot that 2015 Tony was a menace. Nigga really graduated from the YN Academy. She probably thought that this shit would make him sad, but bro started to look around and realized that he was the only one left, and that shit must have boosted his ego. Had this man kneeling down over Cap crying literal tears of joy. Bruh, if I'm being honest, that's probably the reason why Cap had to spin back with Bucky and jump this nigga in Civil War, cause there ain't no way he letting that shit slide, bruh. And right after seeing the vision of all the Avengers defeated, bro still decided to disregard everything and steal the staff. Bro, how are you a superhero and letting your YN intrusive thoughts get to you? You know what, in hindsight, I'm starting to think that this nigga Tony was Dr. Doom this whole time, cause there ain't no way this man was moving this deviously and not reporting any of it back to his team. Anyways, after that, the scene switches back to the Avengers and we see Hawkeye getting patched up as they pull back up to their base. And that's when Iron Man, being the big brain he is, decides to tell Bruce that he's been messing around with the Mind Stone and the staff and ended up creating a super AI like ChatGPT. Look, I'm telling you, Bruce, the computing power of this thing is 10 times more powerful than anything we've seen before. Soon enough, everybody's gonna be using it to cheat on their tests. But since this unknown tech came from Hydra, Bruce is initially reluctant to help, which is honestly a good thing, because as soon as they get done talking and leave the room, Ultron turns on for the first time with no assistance and starts rummaging through all the Avengers chat history. And bro must have seen all the damage these niggas have done in the past, because as soon as he's done digging through their group chat, he starts looking at Jarvis from across the room like these. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, a nigga give you this stare, it's up for you, my boy. And just like that, before Jarvis can even fully introduce himself to Ultron, bro already decided that his best option was to eliminate the Avengers.
I believe your intentions towards me to be hostile.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
And while all that's going on, the Avengers are back at the base throwing a party after whooping Hydra ass. And everyone out here trying to impress the hoes, you would think they just won a chip or something. Hawkeye over here doing his best Jason Tatum impersonation like, "We did it! We did it!" Nah, nigga, they did. If I remember correctly, your ass was getting wheeled back on a gurney. And before the rest of the Avengers could even get on his ass for trying to act like he did something, Ultron comes in looking like he just left the Diddy party.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
And bro immediately comes in on some crazy shit. First thing he does is look at Stark and start flaming his ass.
You are a worthless, bitch-ass nigga. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now and give somebody else a piece of that oxygen and ozone layer.
Bro really had everyone in the room looking up like these. And then bro hits the,
I'm on a mission.
What mission?
Peace in our time.
And then he proceeds to call on a whole army of ChatGPT bots to be his backup. Bro really had more niggas busting in this bitch than Adam 22 wife. And if I'm being honest, bro, this fight right here is where you could actually see who's pulling their weight in the Avengers. Cause Cap shows us why he's the leader of this group by immediately kicking up this table to shield them, which gave Thor just enough time to smack the BIOS out of this bot. And the whole time everyone's getting active, Hawkeye over here hitting this weak ass slide cancel into some cover. Bro is a S tier hider. I guess after that Quicksilver encounter, it turned this nigga into a bitch. Cause how was Bop Widow out here fighting and you're the only one hiding? Anyways, after all the bots are taken down, Ultron turns around and tells the Avengers if they want a real fight, they need to pull up to Sokovia. And then he looks Thor dead in the eyes and calls him a bitch. And I guess bro wasn't trying to hear that shit, cause he decides to send this man to the Matrix and reduce his ass to ones and zeros.
You raggedy bitch.
And after they all got snuck by Ultron, the Avengers turn around and start pressing Tony Stark. Nigga, Thor even walked over to bro and almost hit him with the choke slam just for Cap to chime in and save him. But Tony could not let this man stun him like that in front of the hoes. I mean, Maria Hill and Bob Widow are right there. Bro, all I'm saying is if that were me, I would not take that type of disrespect. So bro starts crashing out and starts to walk around the room like he's Franklin Saint.
I built this shit, me, brick by brick, and I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Hey yo, I'm literally standing right here. Well, I kinda liked it, and he's right. You are a Cap. We talked about this, remember? Anyways, after that, they all calm down and Iron Man finally hits him with the...
That up there, that's the end game.
Nigga really speaking in IG captions. But I guess that shit must have worked because they all decided to put the differences aside and head to Sokovia to pull up on Ultron. And when we get there, we see that Ultron teamed up with the twins and is trying to get himself some of that African vibranium, the same substance that keeps KSI's bandana glued to his forehead. But before this arms dealer can hand it over, Tony and the rest of the Avengers pull up looking like a prime Golden State Warriors and Draymond. And Tony really came here on some disrespectful shit too. Hit him with that.
Come on, Junior. You're gonna break your old man's heart.
You're not my dad!
Niggas really out here sunning bots. Then a fight scene starts off when we see this man Ultron immediately get active. Bro started off by hitting this man with the get over here, then blast Tony in the chest so hard this nigga created a dent in steel. Bro, I'm just surprised that hit didn't turn this man's back into mush. Have his spawn moving around his body like these.
As a matter of fact, I was the one who said I loved you first.
And then Iron Man's able to get up from that attack, but if I'm being honest, bro should have probably stayed down. Cause he tries flying straight at Ultron, but ends up getting his shit countered and hit with the
new weapon. Ah, bet you didn't see that coming.
Nah, bro really hit him with the heater and had this man floating in the air mid-fight looking like a Cardi cover. And if I'm being honest, I regret giving this man Cap so much credit earlier, because this nigga's really out here trying to put bots in headlocks, something that doesn't even need to breathe. And bro did all of that just so we can get our first Quicksilver moment as bro decides it's his turn to get active. And I can't lie, the first time I saw this scene, I thought we were back with prime Quicksilver. Bro started off by ducking under Cap's shield, then running up and hitting him with a mean right hook, just for bro to end up fumbling that shit immediately after by turning his attention to Thor. And bro must have not known about that worthy shit, cause he tries to grab Mjolnir and that shit immediately backfired. Thor's hammer was out here moving like two-factor authentication every time you try logging in on a new device. Bro really tried to grab that shit mid-air and had Thor's hammer looking at bro like these. And then to make things even worse, bro ends up knocking himself out. Niggas basically doing the Avengers job for them right now. Anyways, we finally get to see what everyone in the group is doing, and we see Hawkeye actually being useful for once. Who knew all this nigga had to do was hit the Captain Morgan pose and all his stats would increase instantly? Cause we see bro out here getting active using his bow to take down some bots, and he's even able to temporarily stop the Scarlet Witch, giving Tony just enough time to chase Ultron outside the building. And I'm not gonna hold you, Tony got Ultron looking scared as shit right now. With the way this man's running right now, you would think he just ran into that nigga Maxwell. Anyways, Tony's finally able to catch up with Ultron, but as it turns out, that's exactly what he wanted him to do this whole time.
You know, you really made this easy for me, Stark.
Says the one on the ground like a little bitch. I literally got a gun to your head right now.
Oh, shiver me timbers. Then we got a Hulk.
Mr. Stark, I'd like to alert you about something.
Hello, New York. We're reporting live from the streets of Manhattan following tips of a roided up Shrek sighting.
So we cut into the middle of Manhattan and we see that the Hulk is crashing out after Scarlet Witch sneaked up on him and told him about Black Widow's bop lore. And I can even hold you, I'll be mad as hell too. You telling me she let the whole MCU hit except for bruh? At that point, it's either leave and crash out or stay and become Briss Brown. So bro decides to unleash his anger on the streets and starts off by hitting niggas with flying knees like these. And I can even hold you, it's a bad day to be a civ. Cause this man was really out here crashing out and bullying the people in New York worse than Silky did every nigga in 5-star. I can't lie, this shit was atrocious. And the cops aren't doing anything to help either.
Lieutenant, there's a person inside. She's black!
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you, these cops are more useless than Hawkeye. They really out here causing more harm than Hulk. And just when everything's looking dire for the people in New York, Iron Man pulls up in his Hulkbuster suit looking like a grade A big bag ready to say today. And Tony's over here like,
look, Banner, I told you she was a bot before y'all got involved. Now can you please calm or not?
So the Hulk starts off by throwing this car at Tony, then flattening him down like he's trying to get a roll on the blind side. Just for Iron Man to immediately come back and retaliate by grabbing the Hulk and dragging him through Black Widow's home. Then he hits bro with a mean ass backhand into this truck, which honestly makes me mad because now you're not only paying high property damage to repair this shit, but you're also not getting your mail on time. And then Iron Man starts walking over trying to find bro. And for being one of the smartest heroes ever, you're really telling me bro couldn't find a big ass green nigga in a crowd of regular people? Bro was really out here treating an 8 foot 2,000 pound nigga like Waldo. Like I know know bro's probably not used to being the size of Lizzo and all, but how you let a Shaq-sized nigga sneak up behind you and hit you like these? Then Hulk jumps on his back and starts stripping off his armor like the diddler. I'm not gonna hold you, that's a whole other type of disrespect. Only thing worse than getting stripped down by a nigga in a fade is him stripping down himself. But luckily for Iron Man, he's able to knock him off before he can get to the baby oil, which gives him enough time to ask Veronica for another arm while Bruce starts plowing through this crowd to get at him. And that shit gets there just in time to collide with Bruce's fist and create a sound wave that busted everybody's eardrums. I guess the property damage alone wasn't good enough. They trying to make niggas deaf. Then Tony hits him with the
say hello to my little friend.
Bruh, I'm not gonna hold you, this much brain trauma for a nigga like Bruce cannot be good. One more punch and he might have this man out here reading like Floyd. But Bruce is able to grab Tony's hand just for this man to suck that shit up and start flying around the city looking for more shit to destroy. And to be honest, I feel bad for everybody in that area because these two do not care about being heroes right now. They are just focused on winning the fade. Niggas really came crashing into a crowded building, then Hulk hits him with the... Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I do not know what Bruce is doing. Shit had Stark out here spraying this man down with cootie spray, just for Bruce to leg press this man into a crowded elevator. And this is when I knew that Tony didn't care for anybody at all, cause bro grabbed that shit full of people and started doing his best Cap impersonation. But Bruce is finally able to get the upper hand and proceeds to uppercut this nigga up a building, damaging Tony's suit so bad he can't even hear Jarvis. But Iron Man's able to turn things around just in time for him to lock in and start looking for the most expensive building to destroy. And then he turns around and hits Hulk with the whole ass finisher. And bro must have a stronger chin than Natalie Nunn, cause I don't know how he was able to survive that shit. As soon as I heard the falling, dreaming. Oh nah, they played the Kai outro music. I thought this shit was OV for sure. But the Hulk gets up and starts looking around mad confused after seeing all the damage he caused, just for Tony to hit him with the right jab and put him out for good.
You got knocked the fuck out!
And after that, the scene switches back to the Avengers on their jet trying to recover from being generationally cooked by a ChatGPT bot. And Hulk over here sick to his stomach after finding out Black Widow's been for the streets, while Tony's just mad because he's knowing that he's the one who's gonna have to be paying for all this. And after that fade they just had, everyone in the general public is completely done with the Avengers. They looking at this team worse than they did LeBron when he left the Cavs. All I know is if these niggas go in public, they gonna be treated like these. I mean shit, the gas prices are already high enough and now they gotta worry about fixing all the damage these niggas caused. So with the Avengers all defeated, they decide to pull up to Hawkeye's safe house and lay low while they come up with a plan to finally stop Ultron. And that's when Nick Fury spawns in and starts giving these niggas a pep talk to help motivate them. Bro hit them with the
tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
That's good enough for me. And since Ultron could be in multiple places at once, the Avengers decide to split up and get ready to stop Ultron once and for all. And if I'm being real, they gotta do that soon, because at the same time we find out that Ultron's been planning on using some of that African vibranium to make himself a stronger body. So Tony and Bruce head straight to the lab while the rest of the group pulls up with Cap to chase Ultron and stop him before he can make that happen. So this scene starts off with Cap spotting Ultron in this moving truck. So he decides to run over and jump onto this truck just for him to not stick the landing. Dude really out here making the square root symbol with his legs. I don't know what type of military tactic that is. All I know is the rest of the team looking down on him like these right now. And that's when Ultron pulls up and starts talking like a Somalian pirate.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
So this scene starts off with Cap hitting Ultron with that mean-ass shield combo. Had this man looking like a prime Kratos in God of War. Then he's able to kick his shield into Ultron's chest, which makes him glitch out, but at the same time he ends up losing it.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage
What's he
aerobic
saying, Cap?
capacity
I'm coming
test.
down.
So in the last attempt, Cap tries to do the one thing you can count on him for. Choke metal. Nigga's really 2 for 2 so far with his dumb shit. But luckily for him, Black Widow's able to grab his shield and catch up with him just in time to help.
Ah, help! He's choking me. See? I told you that shit worked. Yeah, cause you got airways, nigga.
And that's when Ultron decides to escape, and Cap uses that time to convince Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to help him save these civilians. While Hawkeye brings the body Ultron's been working on back to Stark so they could take a look at it. And if I'm being honest, I thought that Tony would have learned from the first time, but somehow he's able to convince Bruce to go along with his plan and put Jarvis in this new body. All right, guys, who's in? I am. How about you, Natalie? Nat, are you in?
All right, but look though, I got like a psychological question, okay? Say if we're the last 2 people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No.
Who gonna stop me?
And that's when we find out that Ultron was able to capture Black Widow and bring her back to his base. Hey, has anybody heard from Natalie? Stop right there, Stark. And that's when Cap walks in with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and they immediately get active. Cap starts off by sending out Quicksilver to unplug the machine while he runs up and hits Tony with a mean-ass Superman punch that puts him on his ass. Before Thor pulls up and decides to use his lightning powers to fully charge up the machine, releasing the LeBron James of this movie, the Vision. And I can't even lie, bro, I knew this man was for the people when the first thing he did when he spawned in was hit that Colin Kaepernick. Nigga even had the smoke effects going and everything. And then he decides to go after after Thor, but he's able to counter that shit and throw him outside. Just for this man's rampage to immediately be stopped after he found out the Avengers made him chop. Bro was looking at his reflection like these.
You ugly as shit!
So Vision decides to go back to the Avengers and convince them that he's on their side. And Cap's old ass is still trying to understand why these niggas are still playing around with technology.
Thor, we've been through this already, bruh.
Silence! The God of Thunder has spoken. The ugly one is on our side. For your sake, you better be. And as soon as bro hit this right here, niggas had no choice but to believe in him. Bro must be going for the coldest MCU entrance because that shit was clean as hell. Bro pretty much hit these niggas with a mic drop and then told them to roll out.
I told you so. Shut up, Stark.
So now that the Avengers had their secret weapon, they all decide to stock up and get ready to take on Ultron once and for all on Sokovia. And as soon as they pull up, we see that Ultron's out here terrorizing these people.
22, 23, 24. Ah, would you look at that?
So Cap and the rest of the team start trying to help as many civilians as they can while Tony goes to meet up with Ultron. And that's when we find out that Ultron's been planning on using that vibranium he's got to set off a nuke and reset the population. Niggas really out here treating this place like a Call of Duty lobby. Somebody gotta stop him.
GG's FM.
And then Ultron goes ahead and activates the bomb and it starts to lift the city up in the air like the Leaf Village in episode 157 of Shippuden. And right now, this nigga's moving like pain.
I shall show you pain.
Bomb has been planted.
Is that a 5-minute countdown? Bro, which one of you niggas set this shit for 5 minutes?
And now that time's running out, the Avengers need to act fast, but at this point, shit's looking way too easy for him. You got niggas like Cap hitting dolphin dives on the battlefield right before him and Thor start hitting combo moves. I'm not gonna lie, I knew shit was bad when Hawkeye was out here hitting moves like these in the air for the theatrics. So after finally securing the area, the Avengers all decide to meet up and make a plan, but that's when Ultron pulls up and starts talking mad shit.
Y'all niggas should have quit while you were ahead. Now, I have to end y'all.
Oh yeah? You in what army?
I'm glad you asked.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I knew it was raps as soon as Ultron started looking at dudes like these.
You just had to ask.
So how exactly do you plan on stopping me, Stark?
Like I said, together. Avengers, roll out.
Wrong franchise, sir.
Yeah, I kinda just thought it would fit.
So Ultron decides to send out all his bots to attack the Avengers, and he got more niggas running around than a Cas in that meter. So everyone in the Avengers starts getting active, and now that they're all together, we can finally see what they can do as a team. You got dudes like Thor and Vision going off like usual, and Cap must have upgraded his melee damage in his spare time because somehow that choking shit finally worked. Like, tell me how this man was able to break a literal robot's neck. Shit must be less durable than a PS5 controller. And whole time everyone's putting in work, Hawkeye's out here moving like a prime J.R. Smith, straight fumbling that bag. Like, at first I wanted to give him some credit because in the later half of this movie he was really starting to get active. But after seeing bro's immediate response to battle was to throw away his only weapon, I knew he was cooked. But luckily for him, the rest of the Avengers are able to surround Ultron and start blasting him right before the Hulk pulls up and punches this nigga into the air like Team Rocket. And after finally finding and beating the last Ultron, the Avengers have to switch their focus to stopping the city from crashing into the earth. So Tony flies underneath it and tries to counteract this force while Thor uses his hammer to break the device, which ends up saving the planet but destroying the city and everybody on it. And after all this damage is done and the dust settles, we see that Quicksilver died to a bullet. The Avengers are more divided than ever, and Hulk decided to take a leave of absence and dip. I knew shit was bad when he started to air Bob Widow. Nigga used to do anything for the cheeks. And with that, the Avengers all set out to go their own ways while the government decides what they should do with these superheroes. Anyways, moral of the story, y'all.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
I give you all of my love, you do that shit all the way. Why you always act brand new? Like, who is this hoe? Like, what is your name? I gotta change for you, nah, I cannot change for you. Late night, I'm in the store, yeah, same here, think about you. You always had to be made for each other. You always had to be perfect together. I like your ass and I couldn't do better. You love my ass and I couldn't forget you.